Hey everybody, it's Courtney here with scrap2.blogspot.com, and I just wanted to show you a quick video for a tag swap that I signed up for on Life on the Scrap Beat. And Miss Trudy was the host for this swap, and it's actually my very first swap, and I signed up for all three of her themes, which were feminine, masculine, and patriotic. And everything just had to have a Tim Holtz technique on it. It could be from his Compendium of Curiosities, or it can be from his blog or any of his YouTube videos or anything like that. So I just wanted to show you all three of my tags really quickly, just to give you an idea of what I've done. We had to make 6 of whichever thing we signed up, and like I said, I signed up for all 3, so I made a total of 18 tags, and I'm just going to show you a little bit on them because I want some of it to be, you know, pretty surprising. And of course you can't tell really in the video how great or not great something is. So this is my feminine one. I'll tell you a little bit about it really quick. I did the I don't know if you can see it right there where it's glossy looking. I did the perfect pearls on there, and what I did for my feminine tag, I started off with a white piece of paper. I inked all this red background in the Tim Holtz Fired Brick red, and then I came back over it and I stamped it. I don't know if you can see it, sorry about the glare guys, with my music note stamp. There we go. And then I spritzed it with water so I could tone all of my colors down. And then I came back in with my embossing ink and my embossing powder, my clear embossing on both. And I stamped my swirly stamp on the background so that it would pull that fire brick red back out. So that was my my main Tim Holtz technique on here. But now I also made my roses, and my roses are grunge rose inspired. And what I did with those is I don't have the Tim Holtz die, but I have the Cricut cutter, and so I cut out my flowers at 1 inch with my plant and school book, and I did those on shadow so that they were pretty thick. But I did those, and I actually added an extra layer. I kind of combined the Prima and the Tim Holtz flower techniques together. I just wanted it to add that little bit more girliness to it and fullness, so I think that helped. And then I just used my Paris stamp that I've purchased at Michael's. Used a little bit of Recollections pearls on there. Cut out my butterflies with my Cricut cutter as well. And then my trim is just a paper trim that I did, and it is a Martha Stewart punch, and I just put that on there. I don't have very many trims that I'm in love with right now. I'm kind of picky on my trims and fibers and stuff, so I went with that. I thought it, you know, meshed really well. And then I added my Tim Holtz movie reel. Those are kind of special to me because my very first job I worked at a movie theater, and before I left I ended up being a projectionist, so I know a lot about movie reels and thought that was really cool that they've come out with those. And I left these blank because I didn't want to take away from the rest of the project, but I wanted it to kind of be like a fiber or a trim kind of aspect to it. So again, there's my feminine. It's completely different. This was probably the hardest one for me. I am very girly, and Tim Holtz is really just shabby chic, vintage grunge, so it's hard to throw a whole lot of girliness into it, but I had to make it as girly as I possibly could. I started off with pink and black, and then changed my mind to cream and pink, and I mean, I've changed my mind so many times, it's not even funny. And I have decorated all the backs, but again, I'm gonna leave the backs as a surprise. I'll come back in later and show you a video that I've made with all of them. And our tags had to be 6x3. That this one's a little bit larger because I love the design. I thought it would just scream girly. Whoops, sorry guys. But here is my masculine tag, and I distressed it with 3 different Tim Holtz inks: tea dye, antique linen, and then corduroy. I think it might have another name with it, but that one's a corduroy. And this one actually on the bottom is Distress Ink Re-Inkers, and then the other ones are just the inks that I've blended in together. And after I got those the way I wanted them, I came in with my Memento ink in a brown and kind of just blended it all in, so it gave it a darker look. And then I came back in with my black and edged it. And then I just added a little piece of like faux leather suede trim because that's kind of manly to me. And then I did the music notes again. Of course, you can probably tell that's probably one of my favorite background stamps that I have. Okay, that's not really going to stand up, so I'll just hold it. But I did that, and then I did the Explore Breathtaking Amazing Adventure Spectacular Moments with a stamp. Oh, I'm not even for sure at the moment of who that one is, but I purchased that at my local scrapbooking store. And it came with some hot air balloons that I'm absolutely in love with. But then my main Tim Holtz technique is the Distress Crackle Paint. And I just used rock candy on this one. And I kind of followed his techniques on his videos to where you do super thick in one area and then kind of just thin it out. So the entire tag is pretty much covered by it. As you can kind of see, like right in here, it's not. I did that on purpose. I just like the look of it. Some of them are more crackled than others. This one crackled pretty well. But I love the glossy look that it gave it too. And it made the colors deeper and richer. So I was excited about that. And then the truck is a Tim Holtz stamp that I purchased at Michael's. It's one of his Stampers Anonymous. And then the Admit One ticket is from Tim Holtz as well. And I just inked those up with Vintage Photo. And then this one is Vintage Photo and Spice Marmalade. So that's my masculine one. And I had this one completely different. I had a guitar on here and a bottle cap with a tag that said just a note, and I had the note inside the bottle cap. It was cute, but this one kind of screamed more masculine to me, so I went with this one. And then my last one is the Patriotic. This is the very first one I did, and this is the only one that I did not change anything on from my initial idea. So this one, I did the crackle paint on it as well. Just makes it glossier and darker. And then the rosette is one that I actually handmade with my Martha Stewart Score Pal, but it's off of his, initial creation. And I just really distressed this out, and that was kind of my Tim Holtz technique on it. It was just major distressing. Again, this paper, sorry guys, this paper is not all white. All of my other papers start off as white. This one was actually red, white, and blue, and it's paper from Joann's that I did, and I wrinkled up all my paper before I put it on here. And I stamped stars on my red, and then I've got the Celebrate stamp, and my little guy is from A Child's Year with my Cricut cutter, and I just used some glitter, some stickles, and then some glitter. And then I made the little ribbon. Patriotic was pretty easy for me. My brother's in the Marines right now, so I'm pretty patriotic all the time, or try to be at least. So I made this one. So guys, I hope that you all enjoy these tags if you receive them from me. Again, it's my very first swap. I tried to make them, my best work. It doesn't even stand up compared to some of these other women's tags, but I just had to get my feet wet and jump right on in. So I hope everybody enjoys my tags, and thank you so much, Trudy, for hosting this swap. I had a lot of fun, and it really did challenge me. So thanks. You guys check out my blog at scrap2.blogspot.com, and I'll have my link for it at the bottom of the screen. So, and if you don't already have the Compendium of Curiosities, I suggest it. Tim Holtz is very addicting. So, thanks again. Check out my other videos. Bye.